All right, I'm back. I got a little itty bitty headache, so I took some aspirin. I got a nice big fat thing of water, and so yay! Funny as shit. Funny ass shit. Ah, you funny you. So let me see. 92 miles. How have you been? Oh, it's been that long since we've done rando picks. Yeah, we the team, the mods, especially. I'm a snake. Help me develop the wheel of cheese things. Makes life a little easier. So, chase it down with some whiskey. No, not today. Oof. I wish I could. All right, guys, here we go. Wheel of cheese. Look at wheel of cheese. Listo, my bradas. Okay, stand by for a second. I know, remember that? When you put the song in the chats would fly. All right, guys, I got to refresh my data. Now, I did notice some people parachuted in with some donos, and I'm pretty sure I'll get to it, but I really do want to focus this next hour at least on the organic cheese wheel spinning for my organic cheese wheel peoples. So let's go ahead and get that going. All right, let me get this here. Oh, shoot. What happened there? Stand by. Something weirdo happened there. Uh-oh. Airball cheese. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let's do that. Uh-oh. There it is. Oh, my God. Look at how fat of a wheel of cheese we got, guys. This is some big cheese. Yeah, wrong copy and paste. We all win. All right, guys. Here we go. Vote for your favorite. Yes, after this, we'll definitely do a new list. By the way, guys, Double A is also one of my mods there, and he's helped me also segment a little bit here. Right now, this is everybody's wheel of cheese, right? So there's our normal people that have been here and come to many streams. And now I have another list that he segmented of brand new people coming here for the first time. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth in between the noobs, first timers, you've been lurking, maybe you're not quite into chatting and stuff, but you've dropped a request, and then into the massive ones. So everybody gets kind of a wonderful opportunity to is noobs a bad thing? Should I have not said noobs? Is that not a generic word for new people? Is it more of a, I don't know, I talk too much. Here we go. And the winner is Storm Crawl. All right, that was Team Yellow, Storm Crawl. Let's see what Storm Crawl wants. Storm Crawl, I believe perhaps you are fairly new at this, yeah? Storm Crawl wants a band called Fujia. It's metal. I know of Fujia from the Decomposer Lounge. Oops, my ear is itching. And so let's do this. This is, let me grab the info here. And here it is. This is from the Speen of Cheese winner, Team Yellow. Stormcrawl wants the band Fujia, and the name of this track is Into the Eventide. So let's do this. All right. You guys ready? Oop, I got to switch it over. Here we go. Rinky-dink-dink, doodly-doo-doo. Oop-ba-doop-doop-doo. shift and the kick on that was badass. I like this cut time kind of vibe. The way he's hammering the crash on this side. It's kind of an illusion cut time. That zero chug open, that open chug up is recorded so well with the stereo imaging and everything. Nice. Right there, where he's really going off on his performance and stuff like that with his growling techniques, I cannot tell, and I'm going to say that that more demonic layer that's below could be kind of a kickoff of a harmonizer or something, because it's so visceral, so dark, it's so gnarly, but it's such a unique texture to the sound is that performance. Also, I love that middle break, just giving us a little bit of a respite with that female voice and then bring us back into this intensity. This is badass. That's a really nice arpeggiation the guitar's playing. Jeez, who is the guitar player? Car stairs. Oof. That chug against that. That was a gnarly, 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 gnarly track. And that guitar player was absolutely sinister. And definitely used a lot of tools in the tool kit with pulling different kind of dynamics with the sounds that he was using. More, you know, the darker, chuggier stuff that he had going on was not an explicit stereo image kind of vibe, hard left, hard right, but it definitely had some very unique width to it. More like 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you know if you're an engineer in panning. And, but left enough room for the other arrangements he was doing, like even on that last 15 seconds where it was chug, 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 chug. But on this side, a little bit more with an ambient wash in the back, there was that, you know, that kind of vibe. The drummer was crushing it, man. My cramps were my calves were getting cramped. Just thinking about the first like 8 bars that he was playing, you know, I know there's a technique to going tick, 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 you know, the rotating of the feet and stuff like that. My younger brother plays drums. He showed me how they do it, even though my younger brother can't do it more than a couple measures, but he showed me the technique. And the engineering on that is so important. Somebody did mention here about the engineering with the kit. And that is a unique beast to tame, especially if, you know, you've got to have that kick really isolated and really, really tight for it to work with a unique sound. And you kind of got to slope off the bottom a little bit on that, you know, not all the time. But if you don't slope off the bottom a little bit on the kick, then you're going to get this constant rumble and you don't get that punchiness of it. I mean, it's, albeit for me, so far be it, whatever. I haven't EQ'd a live kick in over 20 years, so I'm sure there's brand new techniques that I know nothing about, but just pulling from, you know, my memories from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s in engineering and stuff like that. I would think that if you didn't roll off the bottom a little bit, that you would have this more of a muddier, punchier kind of line at the bottom. Not to say that's not a technique that wouldn't be used, but Fujia, absolutely, this absolutely pumped. Absolutely pumped. Okay, more Wheel of Cheese. Okay, now we're going to do Wheel of Cheese, the new viewers. So I'm going to copy that list. Let's go back to a Wheel of Cheese of the new viewers. The first timers, or the ones that are fairly new. Fairly, if it's fairly. Let me go here. Gale. And. All right, so here are the ones that are fairly more new here. So you see your name here if you're a first timer or close to being a first timer, or maybe you've never won as well. I do see some names here that I've seen in the past, but I don't know, maybe this is also ones that have not either submitted for quite a while. But nonetheless, we're doing this. So let's go for the Wheel of Cheese, the new timers. And the winner is... What is this? Dead Drop 6. Never had Dead Drop 6 in the house. Are you here, Dead Drop, by the way? We're doing your track. I hope you are. If you are not here, if you ever miss one of your streams or something like that, I always take this and put it up on my YouTube VOD channel. Oh, I see. See, Double A just put it right there in the chat, how the new list works right there. So, all that being said... Dead Drop 6. Let me look up the name here. So what does Dead Drop 6 wants? A game. Ooh. Jeez. Sorry, guys. This is one of my favorite pieces of OST music coming from this game, Risk of Rain 2. So we're going to be doing something here from Risk of Rain 2. No, there are some donos that are popping up here, but Double A can tell you about that in just a second. Let me grab this. This is a Risk of Rain track. And the name of... Stand by, stand by. Oops, I went a little too far. They Might As Well Be... What is it? Dead. From Risk of Rain. So let me get us going here. And I want to thank you, Dead Drop 6, for the very first time coming in here into our chat for the Wheel of Cheese. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it when you people drop by and say hi and hang out for a little bit. And your song got chosen. And this is it. Let's go. All right. Got that sitar thing going in the background there. Yes, little Dorsey. There's a sitar, tabla, and what's the other one here on this side? Love the vibrato on the electric piano on this. Kind of a psychedelic 007 kind of vibe. There's this ghostly little melody happening way in the back that's very intriguing. A little dulcimer action there. Nice effect on that, this percussion, reverse. Creepy Phrygian. Yeah, this was a trippy track, and I just watched really quick, briefly. I just saw what Amon posted about, you know, the composer tipping his hat to Prince, and actually there was a line in there in the first 8 bars where I go, damn, that sounds like something from an Apollonia, one of the singles from Apollonia back in '84 or something like that. There was a little melody played in there, but when the EP came in there with that vibrato, there was a little bit of a climb of chords that he did a couple times at the beginning that reminded me of that one song. Wait, oh fuck, it's stupid. Do it again. What was the name of that track from the 70s? Jack, do it again. Yeah, the Steely Dan track. And there was a chord progression there that just like dropped it right in on my brain. So between that little tip of the hat to the melody of, or a brief tip of the hat of the melody that was Prince, whether it was off one of his albums or Apollonia, or one of the supporting albums during that period when Prince was in his Purple Rain phase, or that Steely Dan track. Yeah, Back Jack, Do It Again, that one, which is an absolute classic. It had that vibe to it. And then also as the drums came in at the end, the tone of the guitar was another kind of tip to the kind of the Prince era, you know, leaning in a little bit more into the melody, making sure you're drilling that right into your head. And, oh man, that was a nice track. Yeah, man, Steely Dan, that was, whew. I remember I was in a band in the 70s and learned drums to a series of Steely Dan stuff before the band got all weirded out and started doing disco. Yeah, you know. Okay, next up on the Wheel of Cheese, let's continue. Now I'm going to do an everyone. I'm going to refresh my data, and this is an everyone list. So now this Wheel of Cheese is going to be a lot more compacted. So let's do that. Or did I do that already? I don't know. Let's just keep doing more Wheels of Cheese. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is the compact one now we're going to do. Okay, so stand by. Ooh, there we go. There's the big compact one. Let's do this. Wheel of Cheese, we spinning. How many spins do I hear? I only have Vodka Man spinning and Robo Gorbachev spinning. I don't have a lot of spinnings. There's a Shadow, big spin. Big Cheese, Time Paradox, Big Cheese, Ivex, Cycloid, 92 Prowler, Trippy Cat Dog, spin. Here we go. Wow. It's sputtering. Oh, almost that Shadow. Ekton Langley. I don't know, man. That wheel of cheese is kind of coughing, man. Maybe my GPU's going into labor or something like that. Let's see what Ekton Langley would like here for the Wheel of Cheese here. So let's see what we got here. We have here a game. Oh, never heard of this. Gauntlet Legends. This is more orchestral, according to the notes here. So let me see here. And it's the main menu. Have you guys ever heard of Gauntlet Legends? Or is it an extended like Legends of something else? It's only kind of cropped here. Hey. There it is. Menu. Okay, so here we go. Ekton Langley, this is for you, my friend. Here we go. This has got to be 16-bit, right? For the sound card, this is badass. This is great. Little bell behind the timpani. This is a lot more new. Okay, bad grammar. 16.5. This is chiptune creepy. Oh, I see Umber March. That makes sense. to thy dark castle and slay the dragon of Boto. Stop laughing, Shadow. A big focus on the lower tones on this. Keep it dark and heavy. It's like a march to your like beheading kind of vibe. That was a weird dropout with that snare right there. Full on Andalusian. I mean, that was such a Baroque kind of vibe. Aman, you were so right about that. I had my head on that for a second, but I got lost a little bit in the. When I listen to tracks that are chiptune-esque, if you would, you know, pre-high fidelity, you know, kind of stuff, I just really lose myself into being like a fly on the wall while a composer's writing with such limited abilities based on the sound card or the system that they have to use. Now, Nintendo 64, what I don't know about that era is if at that point music was composed and added to the games or if it was still relegated to the sound card within the system. I don't know. You veteran gamers can tell me that. But to me, when I listen to this, especially one of the things that's really unique is also by the nature of the dynamics. So they were using samples. Nonetheless, though, one of the unique things is that with still the limitations of that, you know, type of performance, having the marching snare drum on the left side, having the timpani on this side, and these super obvious panning decisions so that other tones could fit through. It kind of reminds me in the 70s when I used to have to bounce tracks. You know, 2 tracks to a 4-track, 4-track back to this, do an overdub, then bounce it back to 2 tracks. And, you know, you're sitting there always juicing trying to get the best out of arrangements by panning and stuff. But as far as a musical piece, this definitely seemed like a very dark, harsh march to, you know, the castle for the final battle, you know, calling somebody out kind of a thing. I never heard of the game, though, Gauntlet Legends. And it looked like apparently it was a classic. A lot of you guys jumped in and was like, oh, my God, haven't heard of this forever. All right, hang on for a second. We're going to still continue to spin. I'm not even going to go into coming soon or going on a break. I just have to get my cell phone. I've been hearing it go bing, 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 bing. And so I don't want to miss any texts from family just in case there's like an ABBA thing that's coming up. Stand by. Whoa. Where is it? Okay. Hurt. Sorry, a little snorting snockadoodle. I'm such a hippie now with my hair. I'm gonna see if I can't let my hair get down to about here. It's probably gonna be about another year or 6 months or 8 months, you know, get my hair here. And then I'll be more like Neptune and I'll have to get my trident. And then I'll have to lift weights. Otherwise, I get saggy moobs. I get the Arnolds. Full man bun. I'm not big on the man bun. I had I've had long hair 2 or 3 times in my life. I was never really big on the ponytail thing. Is yours right about here, Moss? But, you know, the one thing I will say is, I mean, I still have a head of hair here, but at my age, the thickness has definitely changed. It's not as thick as it was like when I was in, you know, my more manly growth spurt years, if you would. Okay, now, hang on, a little sip of water. Let's go to the next wheel of cheese. All right, guys, refreshing, new wheel of cheese. Oh, I'm going to do the new wheel of cheese. This is going to be new viewers. Remember, I'm going to go new viewers, everyone. New viewers, everyone. Okay, so stand by. True. I will. I know there's those who don't have much, and I'm not making any light of the fact that I do have hair, and I know that there's those that don't. I'll just stop while I'm ahead. Wheel of queso. Let's go so. Alrighty, then. Okay, these are the new listeners. These are the ones maybe lurking in the back. May not come in too often. And if you notice, it opened wide up there. And so let's go for some more wheel of queso. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Here we go. And oh, that's that glitch. Analog web. Analog web, are you here? Doesn't matter, I'll still do your track. Let's see what you got here, analog web. I have here for you a band called Ministry. I've heard of Ministry, aren't they metal? Or dark metal or black metal? Something like that? Or are they more like Behemoth? Stand by. There it is. And the name of the track is Thieves. Oh, they're industrial. Ah, okay. Well, we're doing Ministry, guys. I know we're in for it because the thumbnail is an X-ray of a skull. So it's going to be something, guys. So let's do this. All right. Ricola. Oof. I like how all those vocals are packed right in the middle. Good. I'm sorry, I had to throw that Zeppelin call in there. I'm sorry. And I love the sound of the guitars on their mutes on this. Is insane. Oh, that sound of the drill. Urgh. These guys are badass, man.
We're gonna rip this motherfucker off. We're gonna tear this motherfucker down.
The bass is doing the same right on top of that unison. The stamina and the technique of that is insane.
I hope they realize it's their last goddamn chance.
Listen to the drummer just wailing on that hi-hat. So tight. The placement of the vocals in the mix is perfect. And there's a little mono delay on that too that works out even better. Super creative. That was an insane track. The musicianship and the skill set and the word I'm looking for the stamina of that. And there's no, that's the era with what you played went on tape. There was no dicking around with realigning anything, quantizing anything. And that, to me, was part of the superbness, I would say. Even though I didn't feel the punk or the really super heavier metal vibes of the 80s because my brain was elsewhere. When I did hear it, the one thing I always acknowledged, even though it wasn't my jam, was just the intensity of the musicianship that it takes to play that. Now, my question to you, I'm sorry, who did this? Analog. Oh, I erased it by accident. Was Ministry in this time, you said it was in the 80s, was it even more raw analog web view, right? That's right. Was this more of a darker raw metal than, let's say, thrash? Was this like another level of like even more underground? Was Ministry more underground? Because I never quite heard it and please forgive me, don't flame me in the comments because I'm ignorant. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I never quite heard it in the same conversation as, let's say, Metallica or something like that. Because Metallica at the time in the 80s was considered, that darker, heavier metal. But it just seemed like, it was more underground. Okay, that's what it felt like. It's just kind of like when punk, there were some punk bands like, oh my God, this is gnarly as fuck. But then, oops, I cursed. But come to find out that those were those more darker, heavier underground. Like in Hollywood in the late 70s, there were a couple clubs that were like, you knew if you went through that door, you didn't know what was going to come flying at your head, literally and figuratively, musically, and however, rage baited that music would bring to you. But it was always another underground scene below it that was even more heavier. You know. Oh, there were more that were a little more industrial with the keyboards and stuff. I see. Yeah. So, but to me, what really stood out on this, even though I didn't know what the context of the lyrics were, another thing that I thought was really super badass is they didn't oversaturate the guitar tones, and I think without a doubt that's what gave the leverage of the those 30 seconds, you know, that were happening there, or 16ths based on the BPM. Were so crisp and so clean. You know what I mean? Even the bass player. You know, and I was listening to the bass as close as I could, and I'm going to assume that the bass player was using a pick because it had a little bit more of a bite on it, unless there was some, you know, overdriven head, and then he's all the way back at the bridge using his fingers possibly. But anyhow, I thought it was killer. I really enjoyed that, and I've heard of Ministry. I don't think I've ever did a Ministry on my Decomposer lounge, but thank you for bringing that. All right, let's go for some more Wheel of Cheese, guys. Stand by. What time is it? Okay, so, oh, what just happened? Oh, whoosh, I thought my system just gave birth. Hang on. All right. Let's do another Wheel of Cheese here. This is the whole team coming in. Whoop. Wow, that's everybody. All right. Okay, so I just want to let you know I'm going to still hit Wheel of Cheese for another 20 minutes, okay, of just going at it. I see donos have pushed and popped up, but I'll only get to a couple of those. And you guys know how this works. I'm going to say it every time because it's just like being a good show host. Is that if you have dono boosted and I don't get to it, the very next stream that I do, I start with those dono boosts I didn't get to from the previous one. So just wanted to let you know. All right, guys, here we go. We spin of cheese, root for your color, guys. Let's go. Oh my God, little panda, just hair of my chinny chin chin. All right, here we go. Let's see what little panda wants. Little panda, are you with me? Are you here with me? Are you with us amongst the streamers? Or have you left to go to sleep? I know, Dahlia97, you were just right there. I was so on it for you. I was going, no! All right, little panda, let's do this. I felt you. I actually felt you, Dal97. I was like... All right, stand by. Let's see what little panda wants here. Punishing Gray. Isn't that an anime? I think, or is that a video game? So Punishing Gray from Little Panda, and we are going to listen to Under Dimension. Ooh, I'm looking at the list. I can see somebody's snuck in some Skinny Puppy. I've heard of them. They're good. Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. Under Dimension for Little Panda, the winner of our Wheel of Cheese spin. We are on this. Let's do this right this second. All right. Punishing Gary Raven. Okay. Whimsical waltz vibe. The the piano. That was unique. There's one muted stereo image synth. Very unique there. Damn on. Well done, nice break. I love that super high sequence. Can you hear it? Can you guys hear that? Glow sticks and MDA. There's a little microtonal vibe thing happened right there. That bottom end. That anticipation on that. Nice. It's so important in this track that that bottom end doesn't lose that powerful arpeggiations on this. Sounds so good. A little bit of a dubstep vibe there. Yeah? It did, didn't it, Shadow? vocal pad in the back, slightly chopped up. Very nice for ambience. Little deconstruction moment here. What a great sequence that was. Whoever wrote that, the sequence. A lot of times composers will start with, let's say, a sequence they might hear in a module and modify it. The ones that are a lot more experimental are the ones that will actually physically, with their keyboard station, be working the envelopes and the arpeggiation settings and timings and stuff. But in a lot of more current, I'd say the last 5 to 8 year modules that are out there, you can program your arpeggiator inside a module, and if you don't know what an arpeggiator is and you just enjoy listening to music, you don't know what it is. An arpeggiator is like, I can hold down a chord on a keyboard, but the arpeggiator will take those 3 notes, if it's just a 1, 3, 5 or something, and it'll give it that sequencing sound or that vibe. Then if I add another note to it, but what you could do is you can change within the module the effectiveness of it on where it gets, which one of those gets an emphasis in volume, which one might get swept, if you would. There could be a sweeping effect on it and stuff. And you can also spread it out. You can cut that in time instead of going, you can put it in triplets, and then you can assign a delay to it to ping it left and right, for stereo imaging and stuff like that. It's a very, very unique technique. It's very seductive, very, very cool, very head trippy. So these kind of composers spend a lot of time and energy on crafting those arpeggiations and stuff. I mean, in my head, since I've been writing music since The Last Supper, all the way in the 1900s, and because of the kind of work that I do as a library composer, I'm listening to this automatically knowing which one of my modules I would go to get that sound and go, oh yeah, I would use this, and go to Atmosphere for this one, and then I'd go to, whatever it is that I go to, and I'd arpeggiate that and do that. It's a thing that just happens here. But that's why I love music like this, because it really pulls my head apart when I'm listening to it, as far as reacting to music.